What's going on, everybody? I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Welcome back to yet another 2-minute lawn tip. So nice to have you guys here. Hope all of you are having a fantastic spring 2021. Folks, I briefly want to talk to you about 3 reasons as to why some lawns are green right now and others are not. Let's dive in. Okay, number 1, application history. So one of the biggest things we talked about last fall going into winter is getting down a winterizer fertilizer. Now, one of the benefits of a winterizer fertilizer is the fact that it's not going to show results now, but it's more so going to show results in the springtime. A good example of that being my back lawn here. For those of you guys who follow me on Twitter, if you don't, I recommend you do. I've been tweeting pictures left and right of my backyard and how fast and miraculously it has been greening up because, my friends, it is double dark and we're not even into April yet. Like, it looks that good. Anyway, with that being said, the lawn is greening up, and one of the things I did last fall to put it to bed is I gave it an application of the Next 1801 Green Punch mixed with 700 Green Effect. If you would like to learn a little bit more about that, just because you're curious, I will link that video up here and down below, but winterizer fertilizer is definitely a big part in early green up. Number 2, potential hot zones. You see, depending on where your lawn is located and the coordinates of your lawn and the conditions of that location, that is going to dictate how long it takes for your lawn to green up. For instance, if your lawn is located in the sun right by the concrete, or in my case, parts of my back lawn that are actually located right next to the house, which also happen to get full sun, that's a hot area because there's concrete from the house that actually radiates heat into the turf, which in turn allows it to warm up quicker. There's rocks around there, all sorts of stuff, which in turn contributes to more heat in that area, allowing it to green up much quicker. Whereas grass that is located on the far side of the house with extensive shade, that might take a little bit longer to green up for sure. Third and final point I want to go ahead and make here, this is going to be seed versus sod. Now, this isn't 100% foolproof, but this is based on what I've seen in my own lawn. So the setup I have here at my house is your traditional certificate of occupancy setup. You have your sod in the front and your seed in the back. One of the things I've noticed after being very vigilant over the years is that the front lawn always takes a little bit longer to green up than the back lawn. And my guess is because the back lawn was seeded, whereas the front lawn was sodded. Now, why is that important? That's important because the seed in the back, that's the only place where that seed is grown, whereas in the front, the sod was babied and loved and nurtured in a nursery, and before you know it, it was ripped up and put down on that hard compacted clay, which was my lawn years ago. As a matter of fact, for those of you guys who've been following the channel, you guys know I used to be neighbors with Alan Hayden, the lawn care nut, and one of the things my dad used to do years ago when we got our sod lawn installed is he used to gloat about how good it looked, right? Because it was instant lawn, whereas Al seeded his lawn, and all we did was bust him for that because it took him forever and ever to establish it and get it to where it was in the prime time when he was living next door, right? All we did was make fun of it, and before you know it, his lawn grew in, the tables turned, our lawn looked terrible because no one was taking care of it properly. Seed does better than sod because that's the only place it's grown. It adapts pretty quickly. And it doesn't mean that sod can't adopt either. It just goes to show it doesn't take a whole lot to get seed running, whereas with sod, you're talking about pallets and pallets and pallets, more of a carbon footprint, if you will. That's more work that you're going to have to put in to get that sod to establish in soil that is not its own or its primary home, if that makes sense. So there you go, guys. Hope that makes sense. I know I rambled a little bit there. Wanted to keep it short and sweet today for 2-minute lawn tips, which, by the way, never happens. These videos are almost 5 minutes, but you know what? That's the whole fun part of this series, right? It's more of a passion test for me, right? Because it just goes to show that whenever I go over that 2-minute limit, it just means there's so much passion and knowledge and stuff that I want you guys to know that I want to get out over a 2-minute time frame. So that's the reason we keep it 2-minute lawn tips, and it just keeps the channel fun. You know, it's a little challenge here and there. I enjoy it. Anyway, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about it. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Get out there, get some spring lawn work done, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.